everyone. Come on in. Merry Christmas. It feels so good to be here with you tonight in this beautifully lit room on this. There's just something about Christmas Eve, isn't it, that just feels magical. So I'm so glad that you're here tonight to participate in the Candlelight service. And let's just begin this time together with prayer. And by the way, my name is Reverend Cheryl Myers, in case you didn't know who I was. I'm the minister here, and it's just, again, my joy. So let's just take a deep breath. And if you feel comfortable, just close your eyes. And just breathe into your heart. And regardless of what it took to get you here, regardless of all the busyness of the season, here we are on Christmas Eve. And we just exhale and just give ourselves the gift of being fully present to the beauty and sacredness of this night, to opening our hearts to the love in this room. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for including this Christmas Eve service in your Christmas plans. Just know that we are blessed by your presence and how grateful we are to come in spiritual community tonight and every time we gather. So let's just take a deep breath once again. And so it is. Amen. So let's stand and sing a congregational song.
Stars go by.
way back to your seats, and we're going to sing another song, so if you would remain standing.
Here we are. Okay. Here we go.
Please be seated.
Good evening once again. Evening. Merry Christmas, everybody. We're all being very joyful. This is awesome. This is a reading called We Are a Star, and it's adopted from a writing by Martha Smock. So I invite you just to settle in and enjoy these words. At Christmas time, we think of stars and lights and candles. We think of the birth of light into the world. This is a time when our Christ nature is born anew in our awareness. This nature emerges from the wings of our waiting consciousness and comes center stage and shines. This is the mystery that has been hidden throughout the ages and generations. Christ in you, the hope of glory. To realize this is to find the answer to our search for meaning and purpose in life. To know our divine nature, the Christ, is our hope of glory. This knowing calls us to desire to be more, to express more. And it is not a vain dream, but a spiritual intention. With this awareness, the Christ is born again in our hearts and takes the starring role in our lives. The Christ is light. We are to express our own Christ light by letting it shine brightly and boldly as the divine stars that we are. And from Luke chapter 2, verse 9. Then an angel of the Lord stood before them, and the glory of the Lord shone around them. And so it is.
until the light of love appears. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. O come, O light that dwells within, shine forth a path from where we've been. We journey forth in love and light, empowered as our Christ self we delight. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. O come, O light, returning to the earth. Our hearts now glow with love's rebirth. Uplift our souls with wisdom and grace. Receive the gifts of love's embrace. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel.
Yes, let's give Janine and Jim and John just a little bit more love. Thank you so much. Thank you. A parent's night before Christmas. This is one of my favorite things to read on Christmas Eve. 'Twas the night before Christmas when all through the house I searched for the tools to hand to my spouse. Instructions were studied and we were inspired, in hopes we could manage some assembly required. The children were quiet, not asleep in their beds, when Dad and I faced the evening with dread. A kitchen, 2 bikes, Barbie's townhouse to boot, and thanks to Grandpa, a train with a toot. We opened the boxes, my heart skipped a beat. Let no parts be missing or parts incomplete. Too late for last-minute returns or replacements. If we can't get it right, it goes in the basement. When what to my worrying eyes should appear but 50 sheets of directions, concise but not clear, with each part numbered and every slot named. So if we failed, only we could be blamed. More rapid than eagles, the parts then fell out. All over the carpet they were scattered about. Now bolt it, now twist it, attach it right there. Slide on the seats and staple the stair. Hammer the shelves and nail to the stand. Honey, said hubby, you just glued my hand. And then in a twinkling I knew for a fact that all the toy dealers had indeed made a pact to keep parents busy all Christmas Eve night, with assembly required till morning's first light. We spoke not a word, but kept bent at our work, till our eyes they went bleary, our fingers all hurt. The coffee went cold, and the night it wore thin, before we attached the last rod and lice pin. Then lying the tools away in the chest, we fell into bed for a well-deserved rest. But I said to my husband just before I passed out, this will be the best Christmas without any doubt. Tomorrow we'll cheer, let the holiday ring, and not have to run to the store for a thing. We did it, we did it. The toys are all set for the perfect, most perfect Christmas, I bet. Then off to dreamland and sweet repose I gratefully went, though I suppose there's something to be said for those self-deluded. I'd forgotten that batteries are never included. Ah, that's better. So what we know at this juncture, if everything is not done, it's really okay. Because here we are. Again, it's Christmas Eve and tomorrow's Christmas Day. And what's really important is the love, is the connection that we share. So, every Christmas Eve, I wonder, what's on my heart to share this year? And really what came to mind for me is the state of the world in which we are living. And honestly, I don't think I have ever felt such a dense energy on our planet that can be interpreted as fear or upheaval. And at the same time, I don't think in my 50 plus years that I have ever felt such a surge of transformation brewing and beginning to express in our world. And at this point, I just feel it's time for us to discern for ourselves, what is ours to do? Will we be part of the healing and transformation of the planet? Or will we allow ourselves to be fueled by what we see out there and what we hear on Facebook and some of the fear, a lot of the fear that we hear? Oh, I love Christmas so much because at this time of year, in this moment, I was sitting there while the music was playing, and I thought, how many churches right now have people that have come together tonight to share in this beautiful energy? You know, at Christmas, there is a worldwide, unified field of consciousness that acknowledges divine presence, of love expressing, of giving and sharing beyond ourselves. And this is really the perfect time of year to remember and call forth the awareness of all that we are in order for us to birth a new consciousness on our planet. See, as conscious spiritual beings, we are birthing a heightened awareness and truth. Because if you remember, for those of you that have been here since the fall, we studied a book this past fall called The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success by Deepak Chopra. And laws is the process of how we bring the manifest from the unmanifest. And the very first law that Deepak teaches, if you'll remember, is the law of pure potentiality. The law of pure potentiality. We are pure potentiality. And what is pure potentiality? Pure potentiality is the energy of infinite possibility. It's the infinite light that we are that expresses as wholeness and love and joy and light and strength and wisdom. That is what we are. And claiming and expressing this is the foundation of our success, of living a life that's peaceful and loving and kind, no matter what is happening around us. And claiming this truth, which is really claiming our divine nature, will support us in moving out of feeling possibly victimized by what we have been taught that's contrary to this truth, and support us in living true to what we are, which is divine, whole, beautiful, worthy beings. So, this is about us awakening to the infinite life and light that we truly are, so that we can see it in ourselves and we can behold it in each other. And from that awakening, our lives transform and we share who we are and shine our light with the world. See, Christmas in Unity is the moment that we birth in our being at the deepest and most profound and expansive way our knowing of what we are as divine. Christmas is the birth in our awareness of our Christ nature. The Christ that is you means the inherent perfection and wholeness and life that is the truth of you, that can never, ever be compromised, that can never not be true. It is that of you that can never be changed or taken away, for it is you at depth. And at Christmas, we celebrate our recognition of this truth and its birth within our consciousness, such that we think like the Christ that we are. We live like the Christ that we are. We talk like the Christ that we are. We walk like the Christ that we are. We express it. We shine it. The light we shine is love and peace and joy and wisdom and strength, and knowing in the midst of doubt, knowing in the midst of whatever is happening in the external world. We shine our light in the world by being true to what we are and doing our best to be kind to ourselves and others, to love, to care, to share, to hold the world in the truth of what it is instead of what we hear on the 6 o'clock news. And that, I believe, is the message of Christmas. You know, Jesus came to earth to share his message. And that message was that we are divine, that we are love, and that we are the light. We are the Christ. And according to the biblical Christmas story, the shepherds followed a star to find their way to the Christ child. They followed the light of the star, which represents their inner illumination of what is true, their discernment, their wisdom, and were led to the Christ. That truly is the purpose of Christmas, to birth a deeper awareness of the Christ light that we are, in order to live and express it, to be illuminated in that truth and to radiate from that knowing of our true nature every single day. So, what this takes from us is a willingness to let go of what has been, to let go of resistance, to step out of the darkness and disconnection of feeling victimized by life, of warring with what is, and instead get still and listen and follow our wisdom, our intuitive guidance, our inner star that always sheds light on what's true, that brings awareness and knowing of what's true. And that letting go piece can be the tough part. It can be tough because we've defined ourselves in many other ways other than the Christ. We've defined ourselves possibly by the money that we make or by the job we have, the roles we play, the possessions we have, the things we have done that we are not proud of, that we still might punish ourselves for. It can feel scary to release those strongholds of self-identity and instead invest our faith and knowing in what we are, in what calls us to be the greatest version of ourselves and to shine the light that we truly are. Just like the winter solstice demonstrates, we move forward toward the light. We can move out of the darkness of unawareness into the light of knowing. We move out of the darkness of not knowing what we are to the light of knowing our truth as the Christ. That is the process of awakening, and we do it each moment. We make a new choice to claim and know what we are. From our inner light shining brightly, we call forth the Christ light in others to express as well. There's a movie and a stage play called Whistle Down the Wind that tells the story of an escaped criminal who hides out in the country in an old deserted barn. 2 children discover him, and they think he's Jesus Christ. And they call him Gentle Jesus and treat him like he's God. They play with him, and they bring him gifts. And although his heart is hardened in the beginning, over time he softens, and he grows into being kind, caring, and playful. Eventually, the children's innocence and pure light of love and respect for the man transform him, and he becomes his Christ nature, because it was there all along. A quote from Stephen Longfellow Fisk: "There is nothing to need, hide from, or fear. We are whole and complete right now and right here." So Jesus is quoted as saying in Matthew 5, "You are the light of the world. Let your light shine before all in such a way that they may see what they are." So what if on this Christmas Eve night, that can be our greatest gift to the world? The knowing, claiming, and expressing that we are the Christ, that we are the light, we are love, we are peace. And the world is blessed as we share what we are. The world is blessed as we shine our light in the world in the unique and wonderful way that is each of us. Exactly what is your unique way to shine your light? How will you shine your light in the coming year as the Christ that you are? So what I'd like to do is I'd like for us to go into a space of meditation and take this question into our hearts. So let's just take a deep breath. Yeah, let's just take a deep breath and just allow your breath to move you into your heart space and just connect you with the indwelling Christ light that you are. So, you are the Christ. And regardless of what anyone has ever told you contrary to that, you are the Christ light. You are wholeness and perfection. You are beauty and magnificence. And tonight, on this very sacred Christmas Eve night, we bask in that awareness. And we allow that awareness to rebirth a consciousness of claiming and expressing that truth in our world. So as you breathe into your heart, I just invite you to answer in the stillness of your being, in the silence of your being. How will I express my light in this coming year? How will I express my Christ light in the unique and beautiful way that is me? And And just allow an image to come to your mind's eye, maybe a thought, maybe a feeling. What is yours to do to shine the Christ light in the world? Because, folks, the world is calling. The world is calling for people that are aware and conscious to share the light that they are. To bring forth into our world a consciousness of light in the midst of any perceived darkness, in the midst of any perceived separation. We are the light. We are the love of the Christ expressing. How will you express your light? What will you shine? What will you know as you shine your light? What is yours to release to fully express your light? As we give the light, we receive the light. So I just invite you to silently affirm, I am the light of the world. I shine my light. I shine my light from the love in my heart. I shine my light from compassion and kindness and joy. Wherever I go, I shine the light because I am the light. Just take a moment to bask in the light that you are. Breathe into it, feel the warmth in your body and your being. I'm just going to invite the ushers to come forward and light their candles. And when you're ready, just gently just pick up your candle. And as the ushers come down the aisles and you light your candle with their candle, I just invite you, as you light your candle this Christmas Eve evening, that you reflect and declare silently to yourself as you light your candle how you will shine your light in the world. Let the candle that you light represent the Christ light that you are in the world. As you look at the flame of your candle, just silently declare, I am the light. So let's join together and sing Silent Night. Silent night. Let's just hum it together. You know, the love in this room right now is enough to lift this planet into a consciousness of oneness. You are the light. And so let's just take a moment to just raise our lights together. Wow. And isn't it beautiful as we raise our light, how the room becomes brighter? So this is just an example of what's possible as we leave here tonight and we shine our Christ light. And so let's bring our light down now. We can gently blow it out. I don't want to either. That was perfect. And guess what? We don't have to because it's still alive inside. All right. So let's affirm together. I am the light of the world. Tonight I birth my knowing of this truth deep within my being and share my light with the world. And so it is.
Now it's time for our offering blessing. Time to give from our unlimited abundance and open our hearts. And as you hold your tithes and offerings in your hand, just remember that you are the light. And bless that offering. Pour the full measure of your love and light into that offering as it's going out into the world through this spiritual community. And so together, we're going to bless our offerings. Divine love, I am, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And I am so grateful. And so it is.
Stars are brightly shining. It is the night of the dear Savior's birth.
So let's stand and sing Joy to the World. So if you would turn your program on the back, and we have a responsive reading to end our time together tonight. So just repeat after me. We now stand in our knowing that we are the Christ light. We gratefully celebrate and radiate this truth. Let us remember our divinity is the truth of all of us. Let us now celebrate and share our gifts with others. We rejoice in our expression of all that we are. This Christmas season and beyond, we shine our light and our peace in the world. Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night. Merry, Merry Christmas. Thank you for being here. And as you exit tonight, we do have a gift for you. Many blessings.